It's 1908. Teddy Roosevelt is president. The Model T has just rolled out of Detroit. And if you're holding a ticket to the World Series, you're watching something that will echo through the next century, not just for what happened, but for what wouldn't happen again for a very, very long time. Welcome to Crowned, a Smell Baseball podcast. I'm Mr. Baseball, and today we travel back to a moment frozen in time, the last time the Chicago Cubs stood atop the baseball world for more than 100 years. Let's talk about what 1908 looked like on the diamond. This was baseball before the long ball, before lights, before loudspeakers, before the bravado of modern stadiums. This was the dead ball era, a time when games were fought in the dirt, decided by arms, instincts, and inches. And no team embodied this better than the Chicago Cubs. They were disciplined, cold, ruthless, led by a legendary infield that had become more than the players. They were myth, Tinker, to Evers, to Chance. 3 names, 1 rhythm, 1 promise. You won't reach first, and you sure won't reach home. And behind them, a pitcher whose very hand seemed built for sorcery. Mordecai, 3-Finger Brown. A childhood accident mangled his throwing hand, but it became a gift. His grip delivered a curveball with a snap that defied logic. Batters weren't just fooled, they were undone. Now across the field, the Detroit Tigers, returning to the series for the second year in a row. Young, fast, dangerous. At their center, a 21-year-old Georgian with a burning temper and a steel resolve. Ty Cobb. Cobb didn't play baseball. He waged war on it. He hit, he ran, he spiked. And next to him in the lineup, the steady, booming bat of Sam Crawford. But the Tigers had a problem. While the Cubs had a rotation, Detroit had Cobb. And in October, that wasn't enough. Game after game, the Cubs shut the door. They held Detroit to just 6 runs in 5 games. Mordecai Brown, he pitched 3 times, won twice, saved another. Cobb, 4 hits, 0 impact. The Tigers managed a single win in Game 3. But it was fleeting. Game 5 was the clincher, a 2-0 masterpiece by the Cubs. Efficient, merciless, final. And with that, the Cubs were champions again, back to back, a dynasty carved in dirt and silence. But here's the turn, that triumph, that title, it was their last, not just for a while, but for 108 years. Baseball kept changing. Stadiums rose and fell. World wars came and went. Legends were born. Ruth, Jackie, Mays, Mantle, Seaver. But the Cubs, they wandered through baseball history as ghosts, haunted by their own forgotten crown. You see, 1908 wasn't just a win. It was a farewell. In time, that year became something more than a stat or a memory. It became a myth, a puzzle, a pain. The Cubs were once the kings of October, and then they were the punchline until 2016. But we're not there yet. Right now, we're in 1908. The Cubs have done it. They've conquered the Tigers. They've silenced Cobb. They've mastered October. They were crowned, yes, but they had no idea just how long it would be before they would wear that crown again. Next time on Crowned, we head to 1909, where a new superstar steps into the light and a fresh fight for baseball's soul begins. I'm Mr. Baseball, and remember, the smell of baseball never fades. It just waits for someone to breathe it again.